Hello guys, welcome to today's session of my daily analysis. Usually I post the video to the inside group, but this time around I'm going to share this generally on YouTube. So two pairs I'll be looking at today. By the way, my name is Ife Michael. You can follow me on all social media platforms. It's Ife Michael. Subscribe, share, like, comment. Let me know what you think about my charts, my trading strategy, and my analysis in general. So let's go. I'm going to be looking at two pairs mainly right now. The first one is GBPAUD, and let's see what's happening. This is 2 weeks ago. This is last week. So last week we can see how this thing rejected off the green trend. Let me put it in 4 hours so we can get a little bit more. And then I'm going to take off the pivots so you guys get a little more clarity. So let's make this bold. As you can see, I already have a sort of a channel. If you look at this green line, I have a channel here. Now from up here down here, it rejected off here and tested the top of the channel, which acted as a resistance. I have a resistance up here, so it makes sense that price did not exactly get there. And from there, last week, we can see what happened. All through last week, this thing rejected, came to the support. On this support, it struggled to break it and pulled back to the resistance. Okay. 1 second, guys. Pulled back to the resistance, right? Dropped here, and I have a trend line around here, which is why somehow you see this trend line here, which is why somehow it's finding it hard to break it. So I believe that once it breaks this area right here, then this week we should have a good drop towards the bottom of the channel. However, if this thing breaks this my little resistance, which I have my trend line, which is acting as a resistance right now, if it breaks it, I believe that we should have a good rally up towards here, or ultimately here, to test this thing again. If it breaks this place, then we're trying to test this resistance. So for now, we're just going to be watching it, and I will put it in 1 hour so we see a little bit further. We can see the rejection of this line here. It's rejecting perfectly. In 1 hour, we could have a bit of head and shoulder around there. If this is our support here, right, and price bounced from up here to this zone, came down here, broke it, touched here, came down, we could be having a little bit of head and shoulder pattern. Let me draw that out so we see it. We could have our left shoulder around here, something like this. The head somewhere around here where it rejected. So now it's on the right shoulder, and if that's the case, then we're looking for a completion somewhere down here, a good rejection. And if it breaks this support level, we're looking to go further down. Okay, so that's for EU. That's for GBPAUD rather. So that's a good possible head and shoulder pattern. Let's put it in 15 minutes so we have a closer look. Okay, so in 15 minutes we can clearly see the rejection now from this zone. Okay, so what I will be waiting for now is this, because the market just opened, right? You don't want to rush into it. So what I'll be waiting for at this point is I want to see if it will break this zone. If it's going to break this zone, then most likely it's going to complete the right shoulder. If it completes the right shoulder and breaks all of this support here, then we should have a good dive down towards this zone around here. So that's it for that. That's 15 minutes. It's showing us a good sell sign for the week, and if that is the case, then we should be catching some really good pips on GBPAUD sell. Remember, this is my resistance here, and so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take that off because most likely I'm gonna I'll be entering the trade soon. I just need to wait for a few more confirmations. So we can see here, that's where we want it to break. And once it breaks this whole zone here, then that confirms our sell. If it breaks this my line and breaks this and this, that confirms our buy. All right, guys. So let me show you the next pair I'm looking at. I hope I'm recording this. Yes, I am. Then I'll be looking at EU. EU is another interesting pair I'm looking at today. EU also, I seem to have a channel around there. On the channel, what I'll be looking for is this. I believe that there's a possibility that EU will be a buy. If it does become a buy, of course, I want it to break this. This is my trend line first. If it breaks this my trend line, I will have a good rally towards this zone here. However, if this thing is gonna sell, I'm not gonna get in a sell right now. I'll be looking for it to break this channel, this green line here, break this support, break this support. I can sell to this place. When it breaks this support, I'll confirm my sell. So my ultimate sell will be when this here, it's when it's broken. Let me put it in 4 hours. Maybe that will give you a little bit of a look. Okay, let's see. So you can see what's going on in 4 hours. Towards the end of towards the end of last week's market, you can see that that's a bullish day. The whole day was bullish. Price might want to retrace. Price might want to come down, and it's rejected off here. As you can see, it looks like it's coming down. This is the previous high. It broke this high here. It might be a false breakout. That might be why we're seeing the early sign of weakness. Let me put it in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, I'm now going to use my pivots. Okay. And on my pivots, it's not, I don't have a pivot eye yet. So I'm just gonna wait. It's looking still bullish. One key resistance might be around here. So let's say that's the highest it's gonna go. That's where we're seeing rejection. Let's say we're seeing rejection here. Okay. So using Fibonacci, okay, right here. So I should have some sort of support around here. So if on a 1 hour, I have a little support right here. So if this comes here and tests 1 second, guys. So if this comes down here and tests my support right here and tests it at the channel itself and bounces up and rallies up and breaks this line for the second time, I know that that's probably going to test the top of my channel there. However, if it breaks it below, then you already know what our targets are. So that's for EU. Let me put it in 15 minutes. Okay, all right. So in 15 minutes, we already see the way it's kind of tanking down. So let's see if it's going to make it completely here. If it makes it completely here, that might be a good place to buy, because that would be the bottom of the channel. But of course, you want to wait to see if it's going to break below and turn here. So from here, around this zone here might be a good opportunity for buy up, but to be safe, wait for this to be broken. If you want to sell, wait for this to be broken, wait for this to be broken, and then sell off. The market is just opening. We have some good opportunities, and I believe that this week should be interesting. I'm going to look at some other pairs pretty soon, and whatever pair I find interesting, I would make sure I let you guys know. As I said earlier, if you find this valuable, if this makes any sense to you, I want you to put a comment, I want you to like, and I want you to share with a friend. Thanks so much for this analysis. Let's see how the market is gonna go. All right, guys.